Okay, so the purpose of this is just to basically show you how you can just do a nice healthy breakfast in the mornings, which isn't going to create any inflammation. That's going to include all the sort of micronutrients that you need to lay the foundations for the day ahead of you, give you a lot of energy, slow release energy, preferably have an anti-inflammatory effect, get some good proteins and fats into your system, and also for those of you who want to be animal friendly, this actually would work its way into a purely vegan diet. So how I start? First off, and I go with frozen fruits purely because they last longer, they're not going to go off in the fridge if you don't use them in the first few days, and they're cheaper. So, blueberries. Put a load of blueberries in here. Raspberries, because I like them, but also because they are berries, and berries are slow release energy. You're not going to get any energy spikes from it, like if you had a banana, let's say, where you get a quick energy boost, and then you sort of probably crash an hour or so later. So this, you should avoid any energy spikes and any energy crashes. You should have a nice, slow, sustained amount of sugar coming into your system over a period of several hours. So it will keep you alert and fine-tuned for that busy workload day. Sorry, I haven't opened this. So this is pineapple, and I put this in because it's one of the best natural anti-inflammatories that you can have. So, good slow release sugars and natural anti-inflammatories. Gosh, I'm making a mess there. Alright, now with this, I will add in some coconut oil. Coconut oil is basically 60% roughly medium chain triglycerides, so you're getting all of those types of fats into your system, all healthy fats. I will, generally speaking, use about a tablespoon. And for this, I take some hot water, for one, to help get it off the spoon. For two, trying to blend frozen fruit is not the easiest, so it's probably best to get a bit of boiling water or hot water in there, condense it down, as you can see, and for one, it also creates space for the rest of the items we're going to be putting in there. Lick that off. Right, so now we've got blueberries, raspberries, pineapple, and coconut oil. This is organic cold pressed virgin coconut oil, gluten free, no preservatives, low GI, dairy free, and 0% cholesterol. So I think that's fairly standard for this cold pressed virgin coconut oil. Now after that, what I want to do is I want to put some seeds in there, so we've got all the healthy fats and proteins. So what I've got here is some, this always confuses me, flaxseed brown linseed. I don't know, what is it? Flaxseed? Is it linseed? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to whack them in because they're pretty good. But these are the brown ones. You can use golden ones. You can use both of them. Typically, it's more like just a teaspoon I put in for this. Pumpkin seeds. Maybe a bit more than a teaspoon. Maybe that's a bit more like a tablespoon. Chia seeds. Now this, in my opinion, is the best natural source of calcium that you can get. People will tell you that milk is a great source of calcium. Well, you know, it has calcium in it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a great source. It is a source of calcium, but also it's a source of inflammation because it's dairy. It's combined with the dairy. So cut that out. Just get yourself some chia seeds or chia seeds, however you want to say it. Put some of those in there. Goji berries. Again, one of the best natural sources of vitamin C. So we get lots of good stuff into here. That, I would say, probably about a handful of those. And then I go for the superfood powders. So we get turmeric. It's got a bit of a pungent flavour, but let's say just a teaspoon of that. Maca. This is great as a testosterone booster. It really does help. So we put a teaspoon of that in, and then I work through a few other powders. Now you can choose which ones you want to put in. You can get different ones, but really this is just trying to give us a bit more of a balanced shake. So I put some wheatgrass in here, teaspoon. I've got some cordyceps mushrooms, put a teaspoon of that. I always like to put cranberry powder in because I believe this is really good to maintain a healthy urinary system. And you know, as you get older, you need to try and maintain the system. I've actually nearly finished this, so I'm just going to pour out what I've got in there. Pink powder there. I've nearly finished this one as well. This is organic chlorella. So I try and put some of this in. Typically speaking, I'll put a teaspoon of everything in. But this one, because it's so offensive in the colour, I might just put, you know, a quarter or half a teaspoon of this in, so it doesn't completely ruin the colour of the shake. You put a bit too much in and suddenly you've got a dark green shake, and I really don't like the look of that. And also it sort of overpowers the flavour a little bit. And then I put in some spinach powder. So, heaped teaspoon of that. Now, with this, that's basically everything that goes in there. Now with this, I'm going to fill it up to about here with water. Then I'll put the lid on and I'm going to blend it. Right, give me a minute for the water. Just filling it up as we speak. And obviously with the extra water, it just helps to blend it down much better. Okie dokie. Right, there we go. Now that's how it should look. And it's ready to go. Sorry for the noise of the blender, but let's put that there. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lovely jubbly. Right, that should do. Excellent. Okay, and that is breakfast. Yeah, that's pretty tasty. For something that's exceptionally healthy, most of the time they're going to taste pretty bland. Unless, of course, you're adding additional flavours onto it, whether you're adding a bit of salt, bit of pepper, bit of olive oil, flavoured olive oil, or flavoured oil, should I say, like balsamic or something, just add a bit of flavour to your salads or whatever. If you weren't doing that, then eating healthy can be pretty bland and boring. But this is definitely not bland, it's definitely not boring, and it really does provide the foundations for a good day ahead. It's going to give you all the energy that you need. Certainly if you're going to be exercising later in the day, that's great. It's a great foundation. If you've got a hard day at work, if you're going to have to be thinking about a lot of stuff, if you're presenting, whatever it might be, anything that's going to be demanding a lot of energy requirements, whether it's from your brain or body, this is a fantastic way to start the day. And for me, I find that it really satiates my appetite for 3 to 4 hours. So a great breakfast, you know, you get that in at whatever, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then maybe you have a mid-morning snack before your lunch, you know, maybe at 11 o'clock or something, have your lunch at 1, whatever it might be. But this will get you through the majority of your morning, no matter what it is that you're doing. Whether you're going out for a run, you're going to go and do a half marathon, maybe you don't want as much on your stomach, but this will definitely provide you with the energy that you need for anything the day has to throw at you. And it's clean energy, slow release, no spikes, no crashes. So hopefully that could be something that you can take with you, and you just go forward. You may think that, wow, this is a lot of stuff to be putting in here, this has got to cost a lot. Well, I suppose the initial outlay when you buy these things, yeah, it would cost a reasonable amount. But once you've got the powdered foods, these things last for a good couple of months. Each one, if you're just using a teaspoon a day, then that is absolutely fine. The only things that you would need to probably replenish on a more regular basis, maybe on a weekly or fortnightly basis, would be the fruits. And that's assuming you don't buy, you know, a bulk amount of fruit that lasts you for 3 months. But I find that these packs here, they have, let's see what they have. I'm not sure how much they weigh actually. Let's have a look. Maybe I should have checked this out beforehand. Can't even see a weight on that. Right, I've got no idea. I've no idea how much is in there. But these are these are just standard packs that you would get from a supermarket, certainly in England anyway, which is where I am. They cost probably a couple of pounds each, and I would generally go through probably a pack of each. Would last for 3 drinks, really, half the week. So for a week, roughly, 2 packs of pineapple, 2 packs of raspberries, 2 packs of blueberries, and that will get you through the week. So if you're adding it up, it's about £12. And then proportionately with everything else, it's pretty cheap on top of that. So it's really only going to cost you probably like £2.50, something like that, to make the shake. Which in this day and age, for any healthy, nutritious, filling, well-balanced meal that can be made up in a few minutes, I think that's not too bad going. And you can literally just have that every single day. I did this for years when I was in the best shape of my life. As it stands, I'm in the worst shape of my life, and I'm looking to get back into better shape. I'm older than ever, obviously. We don't get younger. But I've been doing this for the last week, and it really does help. And it takes out any fuss of what am I going to have for breakfast and all those sort of things. So there you go. It's a good idea. You can mix around with the fruits, but I would stick to berries. You know, they are slow release, so they're probably the best. And as I say, you know, if you're doing a lot of exercise and training and putting your body under stress, and you want some, you know, healing effects, then the pineapple is great as an anti-inflammatory, so I put that in there as well. Plus, I love the flavour of it, so it really helps with the shake. Anyway, Anyway, take that for what it is. Use it or lose it. Up to you. But it's worked for me. All right, take care. Bye-bye.